Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first match which has actually been sent to me by a player, instead of me having to find it or produce it myself. It was from the blue Protoss you see here, Zhains, so lots of thank yous to him for sending that to me. He's spawning up here in the 12 o'clock position as the blue Protoss, and this random ladder match between him and this red Protoss of red Zerg. Shika, I've got to stop saying Protoss just out of fact, and this Overlord Scout here going off down to the wrong location. Um, as always, if you are looking for a friendly community for the EU StarCraft Battle.net realms, check out the Kastner Coalition. Link will be in the video description. First pylon going down there, as usual, for Zhains. Yes, check it out, have some fun, can play some matches, find a practice partner, some 2v2 partners, fun and games. Overlord popping out there before we have a pull here from Shika. For heavy economy. I'm not too sure which level of play this is. I think it might be gold or platinum, I'm not overly sure. The drone scout here going over and gonna find Zhains. Zhains not sent a probe out yet to scout, it seems. Extractor going up here before the pool. Still no pool here, we're up to 13 supply now. 14, there you go. That'll be the pool. There you go. There it's coming now. First gateway's almost halfway done, so. And that probe skillfully blocked there actually by Zhains. Drone even. But it's going to get around and it's going to see what it needs to see as its health very slowly regenerates. Similarly going up there after the second pylon. Double gateway, not uncommon against Zerg, very strong for applying pressure here. Striker going up, and drones being, what's it now, get the production tab up for us. Yep, second pylon going in here. And as been said, the Metropolis is probably one of the most fairest, the most well balanced of them, some of the maps out there, because there is high ground usual here for Terran, where they can place tanks up here and easily cause defending. There's a small choke for everyone to use at the front of their base. There's an expansion which is not overly defendable, it must be said. There's a general attack from here, as well as you can come down from this ramp as well, so semi-flank it. But there's the high yields in the middle, which Terran again will sometimes abuse, lifting off and flying to there, which is normally a mistake if you do ever find it. Short distances between the maps, these two spawn points up here and up here as well, so you can abuse that. Forge going down for Zhains here, so he can cannon up his base. Gonna dig himself in a little rut here to try and stop from any early Zerg attack, which is weird. Going for a 2-gate, the Protoss is supposed to apply the pressure, but going defensive, going to sort of lose that. Only 6 Zerglings out here, and a Roach Warren going up here for Shika. And only cannons being built over here at the moment for Zhains. This lovely little probe going to build. Another Zealot being produced. We still don't have a Cyber Core, so he's waiting that. Drone coming back in here to have a scout around. Its health's nicely regenerated. It's going to run into that cannon more than likely. Oh no, he sees the other cannon and it's going to flee away. We've got Metabolic Boost as well being researched, which has been for quite a while, as it's almost finished for the Zerglings. And a Cyber Core coming up here for Zhains, as well as more pylons. So, gonna be just progressing through tech in a second simulator after the Cyber Core here. I mean, he's not really producing from these 2 gateways enough. Zerg's grabbing into his expansion now, and these Zerglings moving out here. Zhains doesn't block off this one, he's gonna have a bit of trouble in his probe lines, but the cannons will protect him, so it's alright. The first roaches being produced as well, as the expansion is just about a third of the way done here for Shika. Queen not spewing lava out apparently. Why not? What did you do? Transfusion on something? Ah, there you go. These Zerglings not moving up to Zhains' base. First couple of stalkers out here, and warp gate research beginning as soon as the Cyber Core is finished. This second assimilator not being used. It's frustrating to see that in a Twilight Council very early, considering how late he's waited for the Cyber Core, but going to be getting blink or charge from that more than likely. Possibly a Templar Archives to see the to combat the Zerg, but if he had scouted and seen roaches, he probably wouldn't be doing that. Storm's not overly effective against roaches, it's good for softening them up, but Roaches don't really care much for it, it's more of a Hydra counter or a Zergling counter. A little push up here from Zhains, gonna lead in with the Stalkers, which is probably a mistake. You want to get those Zerglings up front here, he's only got a couple Roaches. Could probably make something of that attack, apply pressure onto the hatchery, but it's just retreating and more Zerglings and Roaches produced. Very small Zerg army actually compared to Protoss here. More pylons just near, war gear research and ground weapons level 1. A couple of spine crawlers being set up here for Shika, also dinging in, so this is going to be a sort of a standoff match, it appears. And then more tech coming from here, not upgraded to a hive yet. There we go, Blink being researched for Zhains. Lovely spawn lava, no second queen up yet, I'm waiting to build it at the hatchery. Quite a while, it's not fully operational this expansion, only 4 drones from it. I'd like to see some transfer, and hasn't got up a second extractor, which if he's planning to go for further tech like Hydras or Mutas, he's gonna want that up. Very small armies from both people here, only 4 Zealots and 2 Stalkers for the Protoss, compared to about 16 Zerglings and 6 Roaches, and Zerg's now taken over, but no one seems to be attacking. More gateways being added on here, as well as another photon cannon, just in case anything does sneak into his base. Both sides just continuing to attack and mass up. There's chrono boosts being used, which is always good. A sentry being produced here, and zealots as well. Ground weapons level 1 almost done, as is Blink, but he's only got 4 stalkers, so Blink here, single Zergling scout running up here, coming onto the Protoss base. Sees there's no expansion. Running up the ramp and splat. Dead. Protoss ground weapon should be done just about now. Yep, that hive tech finally coming for Shika here, as he just continues to mass up, and only Roaches and Zerglings here. It seems both are afraid to properly engage each other for the threat of losing their armies. And we've got a robotics facility and a Templar archives going down here, so hopefully he's going to be getting immortals off from this robotics facility, going to try and counter these Roaches possibly, but also Templar archives for Storm's going to be good at mashing up the Zerg army of any sorts, but particularly effective against these very small and light Zerglings and Hydras, which is Roach Hydra, very common combination. Evolution chamber being set up here for Shika. We're going to try and get some research, maybe some ground armor or spine upgrade for your Roaches and the Hydras. Makes them very, very deadly, especially with range upgrade for the Hydras. This expansion here now fully operational. It's been for quite a while though, getting extractor there, and there's a second extractor up here, but it's not being mined from. This is inexcusable. Hydrogen just going up there, as well as Glow Reconstitution, Roach movement speed, and Psionic Storm being researched over here for the being chrono boosted, it appears. Nothing being produced from that RoboFac though, so maybe a little bit of waste of money in that, trying to spread himself too thin without that extra expansion, which he is setting up now. Gonna hopefully help him. Another Zergling running into Splat there. He's got a single sentry, in case he needs to run up his ramp and back it off, but should consider getting more sentries. He doesn't know about this Hydra Den yet. An observer would be something good to see from this robo facility, get himself some scouting information. It's not going to be observed over. The observer will not be observed, for there is no overseers out, just overlords chilling in the back of the base here. None of them have been transformed, and good, that extractor's being used, and yes, the one at the main's also being used. This Roach upgrade, 3/4 of the way done, almost there. Still very small armies. I mean, we've been going for 12 minutes here, and nothing much has really died apart from a couple scouting Zerglings on either side. And splat goes another Zergling. So, first couple of High Templar are out here. Kyadrian crystals not being researched, and we've got the first Hydras being produced over for Shika over here. No upgrade from this evolution chamber. It seems both of these players building buildings that they don't need. It's wasted resources. It'd be better to outmass their enemy with the armies. Composition here for the Protoss fairly good up against this army, but I do think the Zerg army does have the numbers and the strength behind their army, and Zerg missile attacks level 1 being